Okay, welcome back everybody to part 4 of week number 8 of Outcast Ordo, a Dark Heresy campaign where Eli still continues to try and murder his entire party. Let's get right into it. When we last left off, Danita and Jertz were talking outside the building to some mysterious other kind of guard. Who's breathing? Guard wearing blue uniforms with las pistols on their sides and ornate spears attached to their back. It appeared to be heated. Nico peeked out to get a better view. Eli poked his head around the corner and fired his psychic projectile at the one on the end and nearly took him out. And then Reparo, you didn't actually see him do this, right? You're just you're in like mid like I'm going to go and talk to these people.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
pretty
where we
much
left off. So, Nico, you see the guard take this one on the side take damage, and he starts looking around for like where it came from. He's a little winded, and the other guys see him take this huge amount of damage. Well, not huge amount of damage.
I have a question about this effect. Is there any somatic component to it, verbal component to it? Do we see anything or hear anything out of the ordinary that we would recognize if we've heard this before or seen this before?
I believe it's
silent, it's invisible, but is there any other
Let me
effects
look.
to it?
I mean, y'all have seen this happen a lot, so I'm pretty sure you would know.
Yeah. Does it make any
Something.
sound? Does it go like pew pew?
No sound. It's all pure force.
Just all of a sudden the guy just starts going, ah!
You hear the thunk of it hit his chest, and he's like looking around for like what. He's like clutching his chest because this really hurt. Like it probably cracked a rib, and he's looking around for what the fuck just happened. So he's stumbling, and his other 3 guardsmen are looking around like what just happened, and they're going for their pistols.
So do you
maybe a ripple, but nothing else really. It's a tangible bolt of mental force. That's it. Tangible, so you could feel it, but that's it. No sounds, no.
Int is intellect, right? So it'd be like an intellect check to see if we know what's going on.
You've seen people hit by that before, so possibly.
It's called what? It's called the warp. Is the stuff that is the bad stuff, right? The warp.
Science, yeah, the warp.
I have no knowledge of warp stuff, so I'm just going to take an int check to see if I know who did it. And
so I guess we did initiative. Was that our surprise round didn't count? And now we're doing like attacks or?
You're surprised? No, the guards are no longer surprised. They just got hit. It's with Nico right now if he's going to choose to do an action based on what he's seen so far.
Is talking a free action? Can I talk on his turn, or do I have to wait?
You can talk a little bit. I'm not going to let you like have a full-on parlay.
I just want to say. Hang on. You just do your thing, and I'll figure it out.
I suggest you go because I just rolled an int check to see if I know what happened.
I'll say this place is tainted with the void. You must leave.
Okay. That's all you can do so far. You just rolled your check to see. You don't even know what's happening. Is that what you're saying, Nico?
He's got no warp knowledge, so I just rolled an int check.
I was just trying to bluff it since I saw the guy go ooh ah, and there's weird shit going on inside, and we got these pages now. I'm like, okay, we gotta get out of here. Something bad's
There's a deceive skill for it.
Yeah.
I was rolling an int check to see if I recognized what happened to the guard I saw just get smoked.
Oh, okay.
And you didn't. So
I didn't know what happened, and bad shit's going down. So that's why I was like, oh, something's happening.
So now I'm trying to figure out: do I put my gun at Eli, or do I join in the fray?
My character's trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, not immediately assume it's Eli, but. He has been kind of suspicious the past 5-10 minutes or so.
I'll just wait. I'll delay.
Okay, Eli? Eli does nothing.
Silent rolling, preparing to decimate other people.
He summons the warp again, and what do you do with your warp?
Nothing. It just doesn't work. So I was like,
Okay. Anything else for you?
staring at them. I will probably.
I don't like. I hope what we were saying earlier isn't affecting you and making you feel like you should hold back playing your character. I want you to play your character as you would play your character.
Wait a minute, that's probably a bad idea. Approach the guy with.
So be it. Play your character as you would play your character.
I don't think you can run far enough, Strike, so you might as well just go where you need to go. This gun has the distance.
All right, I'm just going to walk outside. And, what's going on out here?
Yeah. You're such a chaotic evil. It's funny.
Hang on.
Just taking random fog shots at people.
Yes, deceive, come on.
Okay.
Oh, I barely failed. I failed by 3, dude.
What are you saying to them? Like, how are you?
What's going on out here? I'm actually confused.
You're playing dumb?
Yeah, Dre's over here pissed, so I'm coming out like, what's going on?
Okay.
Hoping I could fool a certain sniper too. But
Church is up right now, and he sees Buddy fall to the ground. I gotta find Church's personality.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, actually, just making sure he would do that. He reaches out to grab him to help him. It's their turn now. The Baron Guard, in case you didn't realize, and they said, the one who appears to be leader says, "What was that? What are you guys doing here? Who attacked? What's happening?" He's totally confused, and all 3 of them have their weapons drawn, and they're kind of these two. Actually, these 2 are kind of looking in your direction. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. The front 2?
Looking whose direction?
Towards the people they were talking to. So that's Danita, Jertz, Reparo, and Eli. And the one guy in the back, he's turned around to face the other direction. Because they don't know where this came from.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And that's what they do for this. And then it's her turn, and she draws her weapon, and she's looking around also. Danita.
Oh, man.
You're up, Reparo.
Okay. After they ask, what's going on, etc., I tell them we aren't here on order for Inquisitor Regulus Saturnus to investigate potential void outbreak. You should leave this area.
The one says,
"We're here on behalf of the Inquisition."
You're pulling the Inquisition card. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. You're not doing a bluff. That's the actual real deal.
Different character.
We are here on behalf of the Flying Clown Committee. That's right, character would say.
What? He just says, "What the hell attacked my man? What is going on here?"
I don't know. There's strange happenings. There's some kind of void cult, and there was some kind of void cult in here. We've taken care of them. We have to report back to the Inquisitor to see where we should proceed from here.
The Chaos's forces are here? Chaos?
Look at the building. It's in shambles. You can look inside if you like. It is not a pretty situation. We should quarantine this area. That's what I say.
He just says, grab grab him and let's get back to the Baron. The Baron must know what's going on. Leave it to the planetary force to bring chaos with them.
Okay.
So they pull what's his face. Yeah, they help him hobble along. He's kind of beat up.
Oh fuck!
Thank you for your cooperation. We'll make sure this gets taken care of. Sorry, continues.
Now what do you do?
Eli, poor Eli. His poor sanity is in question.
What did you do
So
now?
I'm sure... Oh, absolutely nothing. It fizzled again, and you can probably Reparo hear me through clenched teeth. They're getting away.
I just look at him and say, "We're not here for them."
Okay, if you're still in combat situation, then they started to walk. I'm not going to say they got that far. They're making motions like they're going to turn around to leave. Nico, you're up right now unless you have an actual action, Reparo. Nope.
Yeah. Not really. I was pretty much like coming out like hands up, like we're not doing anything. We have to get out of here. We're here for the Inquisition. You should leave because there's bad shit happening. We'll take quarantine and shit.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna hide.
Based on their reactions and the fact that they appear to be trying to get the hell out, that you're pretty sure that they believed you and they bought what you're selling. Okay, so Nico, you're up.
Get out of the building before they attempt to explode it.
Yeah, probably a good idea. He said the building's quarantined. Take it down, Michelle.
Take it down. Shell it.
You just hear, and then you hear a missile coming in.
Yeah, exactly. The whole district gets nuked. Oh boy.
Well, I'd be coming out to here.
Nerd. Every time that happens, we have to put a D in there.
Not evil. Really?
There's a D.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Eli, so you attempted to cast and fizzled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to try again?
Do I get a second chance?
Well,
we don't see him doing anything.
That's
he just
a full
stands
round.
there.
Oh, it's a
he just
full
stands
round?
there
Okay,
and
so no,
casts.
You're out.
He doesn't make like gestures when he's doing it. Okay.
That's why Sionis is...
He might have a slightly, when he fails like that, like a constipated look on his face.
I like that look, like if looks could kill. If I could zap out your tires with my laser eyes, I would.
So Jertz turns around and comes back to you guys, and these guys continue walking off.
I say to Eli, don't do anything that you'll regret, or that we'll regret.
I reiterate, don't do anything that you'll regret.
Do you have any other actions to do, Reparo?
No, I just make sure I have all the pages and all that, and I say we should report back to the Inquisitor with these findings.
Nico?
Nope, just that sentence.
Eli?
Since both of my companions have just now warned me of my imminent pain, because I'm sure it would hurt because I destroyed them, I will wait.
Okay, so you, Church, he's made it up to you guys, and he just says, the Baron's forces never much cared for the planetary force being here. I don't know what happened to him. You really think there's warp, or chaos and warp happening in this building?
Yes.
Given the state of affairs and what we've seen in the mines, it it seems likely.
I just look right at Eli, and just kind of avoid eye contact with Danita.
I'm in no way alluding to the fact that
says,
I'm in no way alluding to the fact that Eli had any part of it.
She comes up and says, "So what did you guys find in there? Did you find Quintus? Where'd he go?"
No idea. That's why we had asked if you knew anything about Quintus.
We did find some stuff by the desk we wanted you to take a look at.
We have some information we'd like to take to the Inquisition. I don't feel comfortable showing it to you right now upon reinvestigating it, but if it's something that the Inquisition feels you should have knowledge of, we'll let you know.
What's this you want me to look at the desk?
Some documents from a map also involved. Would you mind showing them that there, Reparo, over by the desk?
Did you not hear what I was just saying?
It might be very important. Show her exactly how you found them.
No, I'll do no such thing. We'll take this information to the Inquisition, and should they feel it necessary that she has this information, we can give it to her then. She can accompany us to the Inquisition.
She might know more about what he was doing with this. You need to show it to her exactly how he had it laid out. We could be missing a valuable clue.
We'll deem that necessary at another time.
Well, then we'll have to take the desk with us so you can show her that back at the Inquisition office. How's that? We'll carry a desk out of the district.
Eli, what information are you hiding from us?
Information? What information are you not willing to share?
You seem very specific about the desk and this. What are you not telling us?
What?
Nico, what do you think about this? This seems suspicious to me.
While they were arguing, I would have just walked over to Danita and been like, "Do you know any other hideouts Quintus has?"
So while they're having their kissing match, did you come over here?
Wherever she was, yeah.
Okay, she's the exclamation point. Sorry.
Okay, I don't know which one she is. Hey there.
So she's like, "No, I told you, like all I knew is that he hung out either here or at Gastius or the Laughing Grox." So your guess is
accompany us back to the Inquisition, and we can discuss it further.
She does say,
"I thought you were close friends with the pair of them."
I am close friends with them. It doesn't mean that we had hiding spaces. I mean, the PDF just got here. We just got here. Like, we're only temporary here. Like, we're probably set to ship off any time now.
Well, does he have a bunk in a barracks, or?
We annexed parts of the local facilities because it's less labor intensive to just use one of their buildings and tell them to find someplace else than it is to actually set up proper barracks. Probably why the Baron's troops are a little antsy and confrontational with us. Pretty sure we took over a couple of their houses.
Speaking of that desk, we just took the stuff off the top. What was in the drawers? I run back into the house.
I just let him go. I don't care.
There was nothing in this house? It was just like a one-room house with everything within the one room?
There may have been like a bunk and bedding area where the explosion happened.
Okay, right. Gotcha. But there was no walls or anything? So everything we saw was within the room?
Yeah, it was a one room. For whatever reason, Quintus got the short end of the stick when they were drawing lots for housing, temporary housing.
I opened the drawers in the desk.
You find nothing but papers and other stuff. Nothing of, like, writing implements and nothing particularly exciting. None of the names on any of the stuff match Quintus, though. Appears to be the previous residents' things.
Interesting. Reparo, Nico, did this mean anything to you?
Does what mean anything? I don't even bother going in. I just chime in from outside.
These documents, they don't match Quintus.
What do you mean they don't match Quintus?
Come and see, fool.
What bearing does it have? He's not here. We don't know where he is. No one knows where he is. Who cares?
Well, perhaps this will tell us.
Danita, did he own this home?
No, we annexed it from the local population while we're staying here.
That's what I thought you said. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
It's unlikely that anything in here other than his uniform and maybe his bedroll belonged to him.
Eli, I doubt it has any significance. Feel free to bring it with you. We can present it to the Inquisition.
Danita does say, I do agree with...
You never heard of subtlety.
I do agree with the Megos here. Like, it's very important that we find Quintus, especially if he gets out into the other districts and not in the walled-off section. Like, we'll never find him in with the regular Seraph population.
Got a headache.
There'll be plenty more things to burn later, Eli.
You don't have anything headache with you, do you?
I only got part of that. It sounded like you were slipping into insanity.
I think you have stuff for headaches.
Yeah, you do.
Yep, you got all kinds of fun stuff for headaches. What now?
Okay, fine. You know what? I see. I understand. It's fine. So, 5 beams of force fly out and hit wood and stone and everything, but nothing actually hitting its target. And I'm going to run out of the building screaming.
What? I told you this place is tainted. We must get out of here.
Run for it!
So as he comes out, like, you just see that corner of the building, like, collapse.
Oh, man.
Like, the whole corner of the building is now in rubble.
I just say I'm heading back to the Jeep and we should head back to the Inquisition. Before this gets any further out of hand.
I agree.
I leave Derps and Danita off.
How, Danita asks, how long is it going to take for us to find or get to the Inquisition? Where is even the Inquisition on this planet?
Wasn't it back at the camp? Did we have a meeting spot for him?
No.
Did we have any
No.
way to we didn't have any way to contact him.
No.
Okay, well, fuck, I don't know. Where would we find that information then?
We go find a secluded alley because that's our new Inquisition headquarters because
That's-
we are the Inquisition.
Yeah, but I mean, the Inquisitor. Like, well, who are we supposed to report this information to? We're just like, oh, we have information, but we have no one to report it to.
No.
Oh, well, then I don't know.
Has...
Then I just forget just forget everything I just roleplayed. Then.
No.
No, there's
There is somebody.
Helis.
There's also
I don't
an
remember.
address on a piece of paper that somebody has.
Who has that piece of paper? Not me.
Do I? I don't have a piece of paper that I know of.
Rosemary?
What? Mary.
Rosemary?
Rosebud.
Rosemary. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
So you remember back to when you were talking to Sanguinus in the chamber. He said, figure out what's going on here. Make your way back to Scintilla when you can. If you need anything in the city, look up Rosemary.
Wasn't that the chick that we're going to kill?
No, that's Danita you're trying to kill.
Make it back to Scintilla, you said? For what?
He said head to Scintilla if you need anything between now and then. Rosemary, I think you'll like her in the city, can help you out.
So who copied this down?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, it's been a while.
Nico has it.
I didn't have my notebook.
I don't have a note listed on my page.
We're so disorganized, it's epic.
You took
and
it, though.
I wrote it down. It's on one of 5 books.
Yeah, you are the one in possession of it, because I was watching. I had to make sure where I put her before this episode.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense for us to get a quest and not be able to hand it in. You know what I mean, or report back to get additional information. Or to me, that's I don't know. That's why
realistic.
Just like, here you go, figure this out. But we're not gonna. We don't want to know what happens, so we just.
I would say
F off.
if
F off
you
any
need
land.
someone to speak to, we could speak to Rosemary in the city. That's what this note says from the Inquisitor.
Right.
That's what I would tell Reparo.
Yeah, well, let's do that then.
So the way you say city, Danita realizes you're talking about probably the lower parts of the main hive city. And she just says, do you want to really leave Quintus here to his devices while we travel to the city?
How can we find him?
Didn't you say you found a map?
With potential harmful markings on them.
That's funny. I told you already.
Well,
Interface with.
she says, I don't know much about the Void or how any of that stuff works, but couldn't he just make more if those really are bad? And couldn't she be dealing with hundreds of these maps?
I suppose that's true, but it doesn't mean I'm going to hand him over to Eli. You know what? I don't want these anymore. Nico, you can take care of him. You're the one who realized it was a map.
I'll hold them.
Of course you will.
Can I have them, Nico?
Does the map have like any runes, or like is it on every page or just like certain pages?
Certain pages have the little ones, and then the bigger markings, they're not on every page.
Okay, so they're not on every page. And the markings are on, like the bigger markings are on, does it look like a city?
Based on what you can see by the size of the marking that was the Laughing Groks, like this is probably just a map of this district.
Okay.
Possibly bits of the neighboring district.
So with map skill, I don't pick up like there's anything here.
You notice there's a couple of markings that don't appear to be part of the original map. Like someone's put them on, they don't appear to be symbols, like chaos symbols that you've seen on the walls.
Where else can we take this map for someone else to diagnose it aside from our friend here?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking, what's her name? Or
Danita?
or Danita and or Jerps if he knows anything.
They both look at you kind of puzzled and said, "Aren't you the Inquisition?"
And that's why I wanted to take this information to the Inquisitor to see if we could get a reference, but that doesn't exist. So then we should see the person that Nico knows that's written down. Instead of just standing around and,
If we leave the district, we lose the trail of Quintus.
There's a trail? He was maybe here.
There could be one on that map.
Danita pipes up and says, "He's definitely in here right now. Based on the, there's still no love lost between the Baron Guard and the Planetary Fortress Forts guard. They don't. We have free reign of our district that we've taken over, but they will not let us or the guard enter the other barons' holdings.
So you're telling me that you're not at liberty to cross between the districts, is what you're saying. So by that logic, he has to still be in here somewhere. Is that my understanding?
Unless he's attempting to escape somehow.
Smart.
And if you were going to escape, where would you go?
Well, it's pretty.
If you had to escape, where would you go?
I'd be going for the biggest populace of Seraph, someplace where we can blend in. There's still PDF forces all the way between here and the mines, so he's not going to the mines for fear of being seen. I'd be looking for a weak spot in the wall of the district.
Do you have a map? This is out of game. Do you have a map of like the districts and like the mine?
Negative.
Okay.
You're a good couple hours from the mines.
Okay.
Let's make a weak spot in the wall and wait by it.
We'll paint ourselves to blend in with the wall
Eli,
color.
as soon as we start damaging the wall, those guards are going to be upon us.
Yeah, relations with the Baron and the PDF are not exactly the greatest.
Okay.
You're right again.
So, the district we're in is where the PDF are staying, or are they? I'm asking her this: is the PDF staying in any of your districts, or just this district? It's just this
district.
And the Baron, and there's currently tight tension between the Baron and the PDF because of this. Because of this.
Yeah, they're not pleased that we annexed a whole section. They also aren't exactly pleased that we don't treat the Seraphs like shit. So they tend to they tend to think we're putting ideas in the Seraph's head.
Is there a poorer district inside this area where more shanties like this would be, but perhaps built on top of each other, maybe up against the wall?
Not really. They get any worse than this, and they're literally holes in the ground.
Holes. Well, but
this is as bad as it gets, pretty much.
If they were built up against the wall, then that does provide weaknesses in said walls, because you could climb.
Yeah, you could.
If that was...
How tall are these walls?
You can see them in the distance. They're probably
I'm asking
20 meters
you,
tall.
Yeah. 20 meters tall.
Mm.
You think he's going to climb a 20-meter wall without being spotted by one of the guards?
No.
I'm sure they'd be monitoring the walls.
Yeah, you can look and you can see the blue uniforms on the top of the walls.
Yeah, they'd be up there patrolling.
And if you can't go over, you would go under, right?
Right.
He's got a jackhammer. That doesn't draw any attention.
Is there a sewer system?
Oh, now we're going to go traipsing around in the sewers. I like it.
Hold on, I have to reboot our companion.
Did he have any other friends aside from the two of you that we could ask about his potential whereabouts?
Anyone else that he would have killed by now?
Not that I know of. Most of everybody else was killed in the mines. Actually, come to think of it, just kind of look saddened, or like a saddened face. I think it's just him and I left.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, I'm trying to think here.
Well, we know they're gonna Shanty anyway.
All right. Let's have a look at the map. We're gonna put it together, except for all but one piece. I give a piece to Nico. Hold this. I take the rest. Yeah. Because I mean, out of character, I'm out of loss out of what else to do. Yeah. So.
1 sec. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's putting the portal together.
I don't know.
So you giving me one of the sheets with a rune on it?
Yep.
Okay.
Doesn't mean he can't draw one of the runes in 2 seconds and summon a demon or whatever he wants to do. I don't know.
I love how bitter you are at Strax's character.
It's not just this, it's not the character, it's the situation. Like I feel like I'm clutching at straws. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I feel like there's a certain knowledge that I don't have.
Yeah, it's on those dead miners over there.
Well, I don't mean like that. I just mean like I'm like, hey, we have information that we need to find more information about. Oh, well, let's just look at the information we have and assemble it in this. Like, there's no one else you can take it to, is what I feel like. Like, okay, well, I guess so. I guess that's all we can do. That's all we can do.
We probably wouldn't be so out in the cold if it wasn't for the fact that all the miners were murdered and we couldn't question them. Like, how'd you get here? Where'd you go? What were you planning on doing? Etc.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, though, you're playing it perfectly. Because that is exactly how anybody who's not familiar with the warp and the chaos forces, that's exactly how paranoid and how they would react to these situations.
Well, and that's exactly how I'm trying to play it, you know? And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do then.
And there is nobody save the Inquisitor that might be able to help you, because anybody who
that's why I'm like, we have to find the Inquisitor.
Because anybody who gains this knowledge is usually killed.
Yeah, heretic.
And
I know.
The fact that the Inquisitors came to see you is incredibly rare, but you guys wouldn't know that.
And that's why I'm like, we should bring this information to the Inquisitor, because I thought we knew how to get a hold of him. He's just like, hey, bye, see ya.
Yeah, what did he say to us? Toodaloo or something?
Toodles.
Toodles. The Inquisitor's fabulous.
So I was like, do we still have the camera? Because I'd be like, hey, what the fuck? You know, we need to meet up.
The Vox.
I have a Vox. It's on my inventory. It says Vox.
Yeah. Did he give you his comps?
I don't know. It just says Vox. Hello! I know you're watching! What the fuck? What do you make of this? Show the Vox the pages. Here. Contact me. What the fuck should we do?
And it's really, really hard to trust Eli. I'll take the map.
Okay, so Eli apparently is taking longer than expected, so let's go to break, and we will be back in a bit. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. See you in a bit.
Yeah.